TV. I'm your host, Jutsu, and I'm here with my two amazing co-hosts, Lady J, Joan, and Spiff. How are you both doing?
I've missed you guys, man.
I've missed you too.
I've missed you guys.
Life has not been the same without you,
You guys
Spiffy.
replaced me, but it's good to be
No,
back.
we didn't replace you.
No,
It wasn't us.
darling.
We had
Let's
nothing
not
to
use
do with
those
it.
words.
It's good to be back. I've actually missed you guys, man.
All right, today's topic is disciplining your children. Should we start? Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Super ready.
Okay, so question one is, what do you think about disciplining your children? How should it be done? Spiff, let's start with you.
Hey, definitely discipline them, but not to the extent that they can't come and talk to you. Like, you have to have a firm hand where you can still guide them, but it's like, I love you, that's why I'm guiding you. Not that, oh, daddy's coming, and then they don't tell you anything, and then they're going through a whole lot of deep stuff, and then nobody comes to tell you, and then in your head, my child is good, my child is the best kid. And meanwhile, they are going through something. But I will definitely discipline them, but not to the extent of fear. It's like, I'm disciplining out of love.
Gotcha. Joan, what about you?
Yeah, I think, I share Spiffy's sentiments. You should be able to smack those kids when they're a bit bad. Yeah, I was going to say something else, but you know what? This is not, we don't promote violence. Yeah, definitely. But just a little bit of the ear pulling and this one and that one from when they're little, and then as they grow, you also acknowledge that. Do you get what I mean?
So you begin to reason with them.
You begin to reason with them, and it changes. So they could still be your friend, but they know who's the boss.
Okay, so then how do you think disciplining your children should be done? So should it be physical? Should it be more like sensory? Because when most people, they do like this whole, naughty corner, and I make it to the naughty corner, I want you to think about it, and how does it make you feel? Or should it be like just speaking to them? What do you think is the best way to handle this?
I already told you that smacking must be involved because these kids are so bad these days. Maybe because I'm literally like a mom. I have 6 younger siblings.
Gotcha.
So I'm very much, the mother hen.
Okay.
And my baby brother is just I just don't understand.
He's just testing.
There's no amount of stand on the porch that is going to get him to. Yes, now stand on the porch like how they do in the school. Stand on the porch, face the wall, this and the other. No, twist that ear and say into that ear what you want him to do.
I don't think there's a problem with a little bit of spanking.
Okay, like, so you both agree that it should be 50-50.
Yeah, but then
or it should be, everything should be used as at when needed.
As at when needed, but because I won't lie to you, when my dad would tell me I'm disappointed in you, that stuff used to hit different too. Like when he won't hit you, like when you know you messed up, and then you come back knowing that they are going to beat you, and then they don't beat you and they look like, Banoa, you have disappointed me. That stuff will hit so different. It's like you go to your room.
I've not met some children where they don't send. Like, yeah, you're disappointed. That's your business, mommy.
No,
that's your business.
Then that one will call John to hold their ear. That one, they need John to hold their ear. Nah, no chance.
Okay, let me tell you guys a quick story. I have this cousin who was just so troublesome when he was in primary school and secondary school. Okay. To the point where his mother was like, you know what? All these school fees I'm paying, it's not making sense. You're going to go to one local secondary school around the way. Do you know that this boy went? He now became like the king.
The ringleader. Escobar.
Can you imagine?
That no form of punishment worked?
Nothing. Beat so. Even like down to changing his school, taking away all his privileges, he was always going to be a G. So she just had to take it to Jesus.
But how is he now?
He's finished uni, so he's fine.
He's all right.
But do you know what you find? That kind of child there, when he has a child, that child will show him pepper.
Doesn't he deserve it?
That's what I'm
He
saying.
deserves it.
That's when the real punishment is going to come.
Okay, so the next question. What do you think about parents playing good cop or bad cop?
I feel like you put somebody at a disadvantage. Like, I get somebody's obviously going to be stricter than the other. Like, nobody's going to be. But then you don't want to overplay good cop, bad cop, because, like, let's say Joan is the spanker, so and I'm the one.
I love how you made me the
no,
bad
no,
cop,
no,
and
no.
I'm fine with that.
But then me, I'm like I'm disappointed in you. Like, you don't want them to be, like, I want Joan to be able to know what our kids are going through as well. Not just, hey, daddy, I did this, and then I will just say, I know, our mom, she doesn't have to know. Like, we'll discipline them together, and then I think maybe we'll take turns in, oh yeah, come, let's go and get ice cream after you have given them a little bit of telling them.
That balance is very important in every relationship. I feel like parents, if they're in sync, they will know when this person is going to be the good cop, this person is going to be the bad cop. Then later they will gist about it and laugh at the kids together.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
I feel like what you're saying is you're just saying it because my mom did not care that she was the bad cop. Momsy was the bad cop until we were like 15, 16. Drop kick you for anything at any point in time. You just hear wind, you just feel the slap. You just hear more wind again, you just feel the slap. You just be walking, your back will just go like this because she has backhanded you. And I feel like I'm very happy that she just was like, you know what, bad cop is my portion and I'm good with it, because there's some things that till today, I can't even think about doing it.
Because of, you remember
when the idea wants to enter,
you just feel that breeze
I'll just
again.
be hearing breeze, coming, and I'm just like, that's a no.
So will you be the good cop or bad cop in your relationship?
Honestly, I'm ready to be the bad cop. Because I know that I'm a very loving person and that I genuinely have a heart for children, but that somebody will come and tell me that my child was rude or bad. Hey God, we die. We die. What do you mean?
You know,
we have to go to heaven
those
today.
beatings. Every time when I used to love my mom, my mom wants to beat me. She won't say anything. She'll just go to the door. You just hear the door has locked. Then she will now move all the chairs so that it's me and you in this place.
Yes, now you
and you're
have
like,
to know.
Mom, see, please now. I remember then I now could hold her. You know, it gets to a point where you can now block. Worst mistake of my life. I held her. Next thing,
You want to beat
she now called my father. Say, this boy wants to kill me in this house. And then one of us must die. I said, Mom, see, it's not like that. Like, just instinct. She said, let me slap you.
But how about dads?
So, in my whole entire life, I think my dad has spanked me twice. And guess what? It wasn't even like a deep beating. And his reasons were good. Actually, it was only one reason. It was that I was being mean to my younger sister, who I love to bits and pieces now. So he spanked me. He gave me like maybe 5 with a slipper. Come and see the way I cried. You will not know that my mommy has been beating me since, so, and I've been chopping it, and that I've even gotten to the point where I'm just like, my popsy beats me.
Because you don't expect it from him. Like, you're my guy.
Like
You're not supposed to do this to me.
Mommy, daddy beats me. Meanwhile, if my mom like spanks me or my sisters, my mom will tell us, if you like, go and tell your daddy. Oh, I'll be in the living room in front of the door like this. I'll be fine. When he just walks in, hello, daddy. What happened? Shakme. I've told you to beat these children. Why you beat? What happened? I don't know what I did to mommy. She beats me. And they'll fight. But I'm actually happy that my mother never backed down.
Fair, because it turned out
I think I turned out okay.
good.
Okay, so punishments. Because there's like disciplining with words and like the actual beating and everything, or spanking. But then what about punishments?
I feel like for the punishment to really hit, you need to know your child very well. You need to know what it is that child there. If you take this thing from this precious, because it's relative to kids these days. So that's where I come in. We'll be friends. I'll be friends with you. Get to know what it is that you like. The minute you try and do something in my house.
Okay, so what's the worst punishment that you got as children?
I was a good kid, though. But wait. I was a good kid, though. But my own beating, but I deserved, like the beating I got, I deserved it.
So you never got punishments?
I know, I got enough punishment.
What is, like, punishment is kneel down. Do you get?
Spiffy,
but then beating.
You were never in a situation where maybe you and your friends had a party you were supposed to go to and all of that.
And your parents say,
and then your parents say you must clean upstairs, downstairs, the backyard, wash all the cars. Before.
My family, they promote parties. So normally my family is the kind of house where they will say, it's
my
better.
Family, they promote parties.
Like, no, see, it's better to know what your child is doing now. So they will rather throw the party so they will get to know all your friends. But beating was my own. But then every time I got beat, I deserved it. Like, when I think back of what I did, it's like, come on, that was you. You deserved it.
What was the worst thing that you did? Tell us.
The worst one. Okay, I won't say that one because it can get me in trouble. But there was one. There was one where my dad beat me. My dad only beat me once.
Okay.
And he beat me because somebody was bullying me in school. And I didn't say anything. And he was like, him. He was like, the guy, they roughed you up. And he was like, how far the other guy? And I was like, I'm a gentleman. Gentlemen don't.
Is that what you said? I'm glad your popsy beat.
And then he didn't say anything. He was like, all right, cool. And we went home. He was like, go and shower. In the shower, as the water was touching my back, something else touched. I say, my mom was like, this guy is about it. This guy was like, guy, I'm not telling you to go about fighting, but I'm saying that what is yours. Don't let. The next day, I went to school. Like, this guy did not even provoke me. I was the one that went to fight. And I fought. They called my dad, principal called my dad, and then Popsy came and he was like, is it not the same boy that they bullied yesterday? How can you say it's him that now
started the fight?
He said it's not possible.
Your dad is a G.
And then we went home. This guy pumped me with so much ice cream and meat pie. My mom you could see the disappointment in her face that this is what you want to train your son to be doing. But since then,
my popsy pumped me with meat pie and ice cream.
Yeah, that not those Mr. B, you know that
Mr. Big
was on.
Yeah.
That Mr. B, you now take the cross with the ice cream. My Popsy was happy. He was like, that's my boy. He said, I'm not telling you to fight, too. But if somebody comes for what is your own, protect yourself.
Yeah. Mark your territory.
And then since then, like, what is mine is mine. Like, I would obviously give you some leeway. Like, guy, how far now? Yeah, how far then?
You still turned out to be a gentleman anyway.
That's
so
actually
big
true.
ups to your dad.
What about you, Joan? What was the worst punishment you got?
I told you now, my mom always had one way to piss me off. Like, piss me off. I would have done everything right. She would still find something. Plates in the sink. She will now come, once the plates are clean, she will now use her hand. Like, why are you just difficult? She will now check everywhere. This corner is dirty. The whole kitchen, please. You need to go around it. I'm like,
and then she now start moving things out that you didn't know had like.
She'll climb before her hand cannot reach the place. She'll climb. If your hand can reach, how would my hand? Anyway, that was her tactic all the time, and she would delay me to the point where the party is already done.
Okay, let me tell you the worst thing. So let me tell you what I did. So I was like 15 or 16, and I kissed a boy in the house.
Girl, this is a bad girl now.
Not me, she kissed her.
See, let me say something. I thought for sure, quick kiss, and we just moved.
They caught you, as you.
My sister reported me that Johnson was kissing a boy in the house.
Yes, that's what small sisters are for now. Except if you're
now,
a small sister.
My parents now called me. They now said, Johnson, bring the chair. So I brought the chair, and my mom was like, oh God, what kind of rubbish is this? Put the chair in front of them. Johnson, who was in this house today? Nobody. So now you are telling lies. My mom cannot stand being lied to. I'm like, I'm not lying. I'm just like, shit, how did they know? I was not thinking. They now said, this is the person that came to the house, this is the time the person came, and this is what happened. I was just like, Jesus, I wanted to die.
So you were kissing in front of your younger sister?
No, I was just, it was coded.
It was a hot girl summer, I'm sure.
It was coded. Like, I just thought that, quick peck, get your first kiss as a teenager. Do you understand?
Your father's house, something like,
I was grounded until infinity. They're like, you're grounded until further notice. We can't even tell you when the grounding is over.
Did they ask who the boy was?
They already knew who he was.
They
gave me the details.
Blow by blow information.
And I lived in an estate, so all my friends would now be coming to the house. Just how far, like, guys, grounded. Then we had this housekeeper. She would now tell them, get away from the gate. She entered trouble. You people should go. I was on it for like maybe 8 weeks or something like that. I'm like, God, I will never kiss a boy again. But yeah, it was good. Like, your parents have to keep you in check.
No, parents are. And I remember one more. My mom, after the tactic of cleaning the house won't work, when she saw that it wasn't working anymore, like I would do everything possible. I was such a good cleaner. She now say, where is this party? What time are you going to be back? You know what? Take your younger sisters with you.
That means she must come back early. You must come back early.
No. No, if John is 16, why is she taking a 12-year-old to a party?
12-year-old? I said I have 6 siblings. She's talking about the 4-year-old. She's talking about the 7-year-old. She's like, take them with you.
Imagine when you go to the party and you're holding your younger sibling there. Maybe a guy wants to move to you and like, this one already get baggage.
There was at least one child was in a pram at some point growing up. So, that lady, like you know what? Dead. Girl.
No kissing for you.
Hand holding self, you cannot do.
Which hand when I'm holding on the siblings?
Yeah. All right, are you ready for the last question?
Yes, please.
if your child did something bad in school, would you let the principal or the teacher spank them?
No.
No. Like, tell me first.
It doesn't matter what the child did. Even if they started a fire, would you let the teacher or the principal spank?
No,
Even
I
if they
would
start a
not.
I don't know, but tell me first. Don't go beating him like a thief, though. Like, talk to me first, and then me and you will come up with something. Don't go beating my kid no.
You can't beat my own child. I don't care what my child
But
did.
then,
It's not for me. It's not the place. It's not the place for.
but you know, boarding school, these things
That's why
happen.
my children are not going there.
But you know, boarding school, these things happen.
I was in boarding
I was in boarding
school.
school,
now,
these
trust
things
me.
happen.
And that's why I'm
And
saying
then
no.
if you
It's
do-
not going to
if you do
happen.
something wild,
No, I don't think. I don't think the responsibility for disciplining children is really the parents' responsibility, and nobody else needs to.
don't beat them. You can punish them. You can give
can
them
punish them.
a suspend.
You can
If they
suspend
said
them or whatever, but for you to
don't-
actually hit my child, because first of all, I haven't heard the story. You don't. Teachers and principals, they actually are biased towards some children, and if you're not like biased towards my child, then how? Or if you don't like my kid, and which is a reality, then how can I really trust you to not be partial when dishing out the punishments? It's a no for me.
I don't care what my child did,
no.
honestly.
Punish them.
It will
Punish
never,
them.
I wouldn't, it will never fly. And my child is not going to be that child like, oh, don't beat her, or her mommy will come and start shouting, blah, 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 everything, and then the child is a bad kid. No.
Yeah,
Because my child knows that me, I don't play.
Because you know that when you get back home, if I feel
I
that you're
don't,
bad in school,
exactly.
Round
Girl,
one.
don't even
Give
come
them
back home
1,
because you know.
2.
Because you
Because
know.
you know.
Or-
However, me not wanting teachers or like the principal to spank my child is one thing, but then if you go to like my sister's house and my sister beats you, or more.
That one is where
it's
it
inside.
takes a village.
It takes a village.
And that village is my
I-
family.
I'm like, I was at my sister, I'll be like, Doing, yes, you beat him, you beat her, very good. What did she do? Tell her that tell her or him that when they get home, round 2 is waiting for them. That Mr. Brown, that's the wooden spoon, has their name all over it. And there are some children who do have behavioral problems. We can't deny that.
Yes.
But then if you know your child has behavioral problems, first of all, you're not going to treat them the way you treat every other child, and you're going to actually have to sit down with them, spend more time with them, help them find the resources that they need to correct those behavioral problems. That's the real truth.
That child is probably not even going to go to boarding school.
Yeah,
Oh, no, definitely
you need them close.
Yeah,
let
you need them
around.
close. You need to keep your eye and your hands on them.
And that's it for today's episode of After the Date. Don't forget to leave your comments below, and of course, we'll be back here again next week, same time, same place. Also, Rate the Date airs every Thursday at 7 p.m., so don't forget to tune in to watch that. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again. Bye-bye.
Bye.